So this card from yesterday's gratitude challenge had me climbing and meeting some old friends. I can't believe that the gratitude challenge has me going up into the loft, but it does today. Ten of Hearts was yesterday's gratitude card, and the book talks about a symbolic pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Isn't that just a lovely phrase? In fact, I love what the book has to say about this card. It talks about getting to a point where you've opened yourself up so much to divine healing and universal love that you get to say thank you to your protectors, your gods, your goddesses, and your guides and your healers, and you can start giving back to the rest of the universe, your family. You can make the circle complete by giving it all back. This is the end point of healing. This is the symbolic pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Initially, it led me somewhere else and had me climbing in the loft, and that's where I met an old friend, and it brought me back to what the book had to say about this card. Okay, so here I am up in my loft, which you can see is huge. So I've got all sorts of things stored over there. This is where I've got all the kids' memory boxes. And there's Christmas decorations here. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff in here. Canvases and frames up here stored. Right, the kids' memory boxes. Oh, I think I've come straight to it. Hang on. So, in these memory boxes, the kids have all got one each. This is Poppy's. Oh, and I'm up here because Poppy, for years, there we go, she did a series of artworks with flowers underneath rainbows. And when I saw that card, oh my gosh, look how little she was. When I saw that card, it reminded me of these boxes up here and her series of artwork, and how amazingly special it was every time she did one. So I found a few that she did over the years. There were lots more. I'm sure I've got another box somewhere. There were loads more, but everything featured rainbows and flowers. We had a whole series going. And when I saw that card, it just reminded me of all the years of this kiddie art and how much I loved it and how special it is. I've also found this amazing photograph of my dad. Well, that's my dad there. Look at that amazing photograph. That needs bringing downstairs and framing and straightening up and framing. Also, over here, if I can do this without falling down the hole, because look, oh my goodness me, look, you get all the way down there. I have to balance over the top of this, which I've done 1,000 times, so it's fine. But in this side, I have uncovered a huge chalk drawing that I did of a blue swinging woman. That's all done in chalk. Now that's as tall as, nearly as tall as me. So I might bring that down. This has survived so many moves. I mean, I did this at university when they insisted that instead of doing knitted sculpture, I did clothes. So I started doing costumes. So this was a giant passion drawing I did of a costume. It's all done in chalk. And it survived move after move. It survived like 10 years behind a wardrobe. Just because it's so big, I couldn't store it. And it was too big to get glass put over the top. And I never quite knew what to do with it. So I think I'm going to bring this down out the loft, and because it's bending up here with the heat of the loft, and I'm going to try and save it and find some way to cover it so the chalk doesn't rub off. Because do you know what, that card I pulled, the 10 of Hearts, the book description, it doesn't talk about happy families. It talks about a moment where you finally realise you've got to a destination, you're finally there, you've got it all together, and that you've got it so much together, it's time to keep handing it out. It's time to take what you've learned and what you've got to give it to other people, to throw it out into the ether. And I think over the years, this healing journey that I've been on, and the abuse that I've suffered, and the gaslighting and the narcissistic abuse and the smear campaigns that I've survived, and have come out the other end stronger and happier and with a kinder heart. You know, it's not made me bitter, it's not made me give up. It's actually amplified all the good things that I know I've got. And I think that's goddess power. And I think this swinging warrior woman, this swinging warrior goddess who's still dancing and spinning, it is that moment. It's me realising nobody beat me, nobody broke me. And I think she deserves to come out of storage now and to go up on display somewhere. So I'm going to attempt to carry her down the stairs now. So I'm going to put the phone down. So I'm quite grateful for a little delve up here in the loft into the kids' artwork, finding my artwork up here, finding pictures for my ancestor altar, which I knew I'd got somewhere but I just couldn't find. So yeah, I'm grateful for a delve into the loft and artwork, and remembering the moments of my kids growing up, but also present moments now of stepping into power and goddess power. And this is what I hope to pass on to all of my kids, this fierceness of truth. Yeah, she needs to come out of storage. So that's my gratitude for today, finding the goddess of truth and fierce moments of power. Okay, now to get her down the ladder. So I did manage to get her down the stairs, and you can see the size of her now. She needs a bit of work. She's a bit battered around the edges, a bit like all of us, but yeah, she's not going back in storage. I'm going to delight in her from now on. Okay, I've put the card back in the deck. Let's give a shuffle and find out what tomorrow's card is going to be. So the card for gratitude for tomorrow. So once again, for anybody new here, this is the deck I'm using, the Inner Child cards, Fairy Tale Tarot, which have been, for all their colour and their childish feel to them, they've taken me to really deep places. Okay, a card for tomorrow. Oh, the Guardian of Wands is tomorrow's card. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.